At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament, our final match of the day. It's a 3A quarterfinal. It's the 3-seeded Ankeny Centennial Jaguars taking on the Johnston Dragons, the 6th seed. It's a CIML matchup just coming off our last CIML matchup where the Waukee Warriors defeated the Ankeny Hawks in PKs. Ankeny Centennial comes in 14-3-2. Johnston 10-3-4 on the season. Ankeny Centennial, under the guidance of head coach Chris Allen, makes it to the state tournament, a 14-3-2 record. He's a 17-year coach, 284 wins, 55 losses, and 3 ties, and has made 15 state tournament appearances. This is the 10th here with Ankeny Centennial, 5 state champions. Under the Johnston Dragons, they return to the state tournament, 10-3-4 record. Very tough schedule this season here for the Dragons. It's their 13th trip to the state tournament. They won it all in 2023. CIML foes you expected out of these two, and guess what? Just like the last team, they tied the last time they went out. It was a 1-1 tie at the very tail end of the season back on May 13th, so less than a month ago that these two teams took off against one another. Johnston, a very talented team, a scrappy team. Same thing with Ankeny Centennial. Centennial's only losses on the year to Waukee Northwest. A team from out of state, and then the Valley Tigers. Then you look at the Johnston Dragons, losses to Ankeny, 2-0, and then a Waukee Northwest loss 3-1. Valley 0-2, and Valley and Linn-Mar currently battling, and I believe Linn-Mar leads 2-0, or tied it, excuse me. Pete will confirm for me. 2-0. Linn-Mar currently on the upset verge over Valley. That's a 7-2 matchup, so keep an eye out for that one. The winner of this game will play the winner of Valley and Linn-Mar. So we are excited to get going here. Blake Walker along with you. Producer Justin Warbler, John Schaefer, my partner last time. He went home, get out of the cold weather a little bit. It has been a rainy day for those that have not watched earlier today. Our 2A games were filled with rain, just nonstop downpour the whole time. It has cooled down significantly, high maybe in the 50s at this point, upper 50s, but the rain has stopped and will not return for the rest of the evening, and we'll test our lighting here at this sports complex here at the University, or Iowa State University, excuse me, for a chance here under the lights as we're going to get started here just before 8 o'clock here in central Iowa. Ankeny Centennial defeated Urbandale 9-0 and Des Moines Roosevelt 9-0. Roosevelt had a dream season, top 15 in the rankings for the Rough Riders. They come up short against Ankeny Centennial, who in their last 4 games have scored 6, 4, 9, and 9. On the other side for the Johnston Dragons, they defeated Southeast Polk 2-1 and also defeated Sioux City West in the first round 4-1. They beat Des Moines Christian to end the season at 2-1 before their tie to Ankeny Centennial. They also tied against Dallas Center Grimes and Des Moines Roosevelt. So worth noting the kind of mismatch of those and how talented this Johnston and Ankeny Centennial team are. The Dragons are in white with purple pants. Centennial is in all black. It's our final game of the day here at the Girls State Soccer Tournament Class 3A quarterfinal. We are underway from Ames for the first time. These two teams meeting here in Ames. No longer at County Sports Complex in Des Moines. The change made to come up here to Iowa State University. And besides the weather, I think many people got to like the change. Here comes Centennial on a run out early. This is Addison Fair here on the near side. Gets around one. She'll try to center to the middle. Johnston able to clear and send it back the other way. Dragons bring it right down to the middle and now back out of bounds. Johnston goalkeeper tonight, Delaney Ford. 60 saves this season, and for the Jaguars, it's Riley Litchfield. 27 saves. She's allowed 10 goals all season. She split a little bit of time with Emery Becker. Meanwhile, Johnston's Delaney Ford, she's the only one in the goal this season. No other person has played goalie for the Jags. Here comes Johnston on a run out. They try to center in the middle with number 15, Kaylee Ilea. And to no avail, and now Centennial will try to go back the other way. Boy, Jags have really got behind the defense here. Addison Fair takes a tumble on her own. It is worth noting, and John talked about it in the last game if you were catching the end of it, the field has held up very well all day long. But unfortunately at the last game for these two teams, they're going to get a field that is quite worn in. And luckily we do not play tomorrow, so a little bit of maintenance will be taken, you'd expect. But it is not ideal field conditions for these two teams. Two teams that, mind you, that play on turf most of the season and probably haven't played on grass very much. Centennial trying to keep this thing rolling here on this near side. This is Adeline Kroska. Kroska centers to the middle, and Johnston heads it out. Both teams staying aggressive here early. Here's Emery Becker. Her shot attempt doesn't go, and that's stopped by the goalkeeper, Delaney Ford, the senior. And Delaney will clear everybody out and reset here. Jags try to bring it back the other way. Johnston pretty conservative here on the back line, not really letting them get too far. Centennial players all with braids as expected, but all braids that have pink dyed on the end of them. Their hair has a pink dye on the end of it. The tail ends of the braids, if you will. We're going to have a throw in here for the Jags. Trying to strike early here. That one's going to roll out, and it's a corner kick. Channel Seeds corner kick on the way here for the Centennial Jaguars. All corner kicks today brought to you by our friends over at Channel Seeds. See if the Jags can strike early here in this one. Corner on the way. Header knocked high in the air by Ford. Who's it going to be out on? It's going to go right back for another corner kick. So back to the corner we go for a chance again. Like I said before, all corner kicks brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com. Dragons on a run out. Always best off a miss. Here comes Johnston. Trying to run ahead. It's cleared out, though. Good effort by McKenna Gray defensively for Centennial. Now Johnston tries to center back in the middle. Another kick out, that time by Adeline Kroska. And going to bounce out there. And a corner kick upcoming for Johnston. I will say there is still a little bit of a haze kind of in the air. That could be left over from wildfires. I know that smoke's still going to come back on Wednesday and Thursday, but could just be steam. I believe that is number 20. Couldn't be 28. I believe it's just 20. Alexa Leach, the freshman, on to kick the corner kick. It's up in the air, but it's short. Centennial will clear out with Emily Conger, the junior. Now the Dragons try to regroup offensively. Low line kick going to be brought up this time. Now kicked back over by Kate Strickler. In the middle, Johnson trying to work it around. Now they go over to Kaylee Ilea, who chases it to the far corner, and it'll go out of bounds and go right back to Centennial. Centennial coaching staff trying to get to the note to their players. Keep balanced here defensively. Don't over push to one side of the field. These two teams very good at keeping things on top of each other as they continue to fight on the far edge. Knocked out, corner kick upcoming for the Dragons. So another Channel Seeds corner kick, and it looks like it's once again going to be the freshman Alexa Leach. Alexia will come out and attempt it from the corner. The wind is at her back. It's a perfect spot for a corner kick, if we're being honest. So see what she can do here. Kick on the way. Bumped out by the goalkeeper. On the ground, everybody trying to get on top of it. Centennial looks like they got a good handle on it, and it's kicked away. Nice job by Riley Litchfield to jump on top of it. Now the Jags want to go running with Addison Fair. Fair. Surveying options, now goes backwards. Ava Martin was almost there for a second. Now a loose ball goes in. Here's a chance, but it's offsides. Adeline Kroska, the freshman, was there. She knew it too. She was very tentative and hesitant to try to get to the ball. She knew it was going to be offsides. So Johnston will get it right back off the goal kick, or off the free kick, excuse me. Knotted up, no score here, 33:07 to go in the first half in our final quarterfinal of the day here in Class 3A. It's been a fun day of action. A lot of soccer today, no doubt, with just two fields. They've moved along. Warm-ups have been not very long. In between games, it's about 3-5 minutes, and that's it. The teams do their warming up on fields just to the north of us, or south of us. Here comes another run out. A lot of speed carried by Adeline Kroska. Kroska going to try to get there and turn to the right. She does, but it goes into the back of the net. And it will be a goal kick. But boy, take a look at that speed there. Really nicely done by Kroska to get down the field. Ford will come out and have a goal kick here for Johnston, who has been up against the wall in the last couple minutes here. Awkward header there off Leach. Now Centennial kicks over to the far side. Look out. Here's Ava Martin, a very talented multi-sport athlete here for the Jags, basketball player and all. She was huge in the win earlier this season, or in the game earlier this season against Ankeny, when they took down, at the time, was number 1 Ankeny, 3-0. It doesn't feel like June 3rd, I can tell you that. Jags trying to get it in the middle. Good clear out by Johnston. And now booted back down the pitch by Ilea. Jags waiting for a stop and go here. Going to try to work this thing up the middle. Now ahead. Ford's going to back up. Ava Martin's going to be first one there. Martin tries to center to the middle. Now a shot on goal. Goes off the left crossbar. Addison Fair thought she had it. And I tell you what, Delaney Ford really wasn't attacking. She just kind of sat back, waited. Delaney is already covered in mud. And we're not even 10 minutes in yet. As Addison Fair checks out, really good minutes for Addison. Once again, another goal kick here for the Dragons, who have been on their heels defensively in the first 10 minutes. They've had a couple chances on offense, but it's been mostly Centennial here in the early going. That did not go out. Now it does. One of the better crowds I've seen here for Class 3A. Bleachers are filled. Again, you can bring your own lawn chair or just kind of chill out in the bleachers. Really good setup. Dragons trying to push Centennial all over it. Now they kick this one ahead. Ford will come up and make the grab. I tell you what, Centennial, very constant pressure trying to get to the front. Very even scoring this season for the Jags. 14 goals is the leading goal leader, I should say, for Ava Martin. 14 goals on the season. This one's booted up and out off the right side. Haven't called Lydia Luo's name a ton. Elia was in there trying to get it going for Johnston, at least in the midfield position. Now back over here to the middle. There's Johnston there. That was Aubrielle Towsey. Back out, another goal kick. Again, just kind of looking at it, these two teams tied late in the season. And it's just kind of weird how the game of soccer works. Johnston tied with Roosevelt earlier in the year. Well, Centennial beat Roosevelt 9-0 in the regional semifinals. So it's kind of weird how you kind of just go game by game. You never know how something's going to work out. Got a quick switch here, mid-shift. Chris Allen says to Maddie Postma to switch with Ava Martin. So now Ava Martin is now on this near side. Why do you think Chris Allen's won so many games? Well, he does just that. He recognizes maybe an exploit, and I think that's exactly what he's saying. Trying to keep certain Johnston players offensively on that other side of the field. Try to back up with the weaknesses and the strengths of the Centennial offense. Back and forth we go right in front of us. Lights are on, and they're starting to shine here at the recreational fields. Here come the Dragons with the run-out chance. Lydia Luo couldn't quite get there, and now Centennial has it in the middle and clears right back the other way. Good header to keep it at least out of play for Towsey. Fight along this near line that, oh, by the way, in front of these benches, you really can't see anything, as we're going to get a foul called, our first foul of the entire match. They are definitely going to have to repaint the lines, but they're going to have to do a little bit of maintenance here in front of us, especially here in front of the benches. It is all destroyed grass and matted down. Free kick here for the Jags. Evie Boyle. Now a near side ball kicked up in the air. This is a good chance. Up ahead, Ford will come up and make the grab. A couple Centennial players almost got there. Emily Conger and company. Long boot down the pitch, and Litchfield will come up and make the play. 26-10 to go here in the first half. No score between the 3-seeded Ankeny Centennial Jaguars and the 6th-seeded Johnston Dragons. Here's a chance for Ava Martin. This time, Ford says, I'm going to come up and get it. She doesn't back up. Good call by Delaney. Jags just kind of surveying options over there on the far line with Madison Balashitis. Boy, Centennial's got speed. There's a collision, and a foul is going to be called. Kind of a push in the back there by Maddie Postma. Johnston will kick this one out on a free kick opportunity. Trying to get some offense in motion here. Here's Kroska, Adeline Kroska. Now up to head to her sister, Olivia Kroska. Now Kroska turns, centers. A chance here for Martin. It's almost an own goal, as Ava couldn't get it off her foot, but a Johnston Dragon came in. There's a little bit of a stumble, and here comes the push by Towsey. Along the near side for Kroska. This is Adeline. All the way up the field. Center in the middle to Martin. Nicely job cleared out by Johnston. I tell you what, the way that the lights are kind of here, it's kind of like a spotlight. Or not a spotlight, but you almost get shadows here in the middle. It's kind of like from when I was in theater back in the day. You just have that one light that shines on you. There are no lights in this middle section. All the lights are around the corners, and then they're on the edges. So the Musco lights do a really good job, all things considering, keeping the light. But the middle of the field's probably going to be the darkest as we get here into the nighttime. Lights that, mind you, have been on all day long. In the middle, they try to go forward again. Offsides. Delaney Ford that time was coming up. I think maybe she was told by coaches or relayed to her, don't sit back on the goal. We got to stay aggressive here offensively, or defensively, I should say. Not a bad free kick spot here for the Dragons. This is Kate Strickler, the senior defender, on to kick this one. Good stop down there in front by Evie Boyle. Now Centennial trying to put a breakaway together. Ava Martin's over there. Out of bounds. Johnston wants to, or Centennial wants to run. They're able to keep it in. Nobody's on this side of the field. That's off the back of a Dragon. Ava Martin trying to work her way to the middle. They got numbers, but she gets caught up. Nicely done by Johnston. Very good job. Now the Dragons will try to turn it back into an offensive possession of their own. Here's a low line kick. And Ford goes over and gets it. Boy, Adeline Kroska was almost there to make the play. Coach Allen letting Ava Martin know she's got players around her trying to give up the ball a little bit. And he's got a good point. Ava attracts so many players with how athletic she is. You're going to see something like that. Postma to the near side to Adeline Kroska. Kroska going to try to get around one. Here come the Dragons. They'll close in on her. Now she tries to go up to Ava Martin. Johnston with Maria Wilcox is in there. One Jag hits the floor. Shot attempt off the knee. Centennial not going to give up here on this possession yet. Here comes another kick up ahead. Just kind of a weak dribbler, and Ford will come up and get it. It's definitely been a Centennial offensive night so far. Not many Johnston possessions in Centennial possession, or in Centennial territory. Just over 21 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score here. But the Jags are knocking on the door. Offsides. Centennial's tried to get their bread and butter going there most of the time. But a couple offsides opportunity, or a couple offsides situations there not helping him. But another good free kick spot here for Johnston. It'll be Kate Strickler on to take this one. Strickler from about the middle of the circle. This is a good one, but it's headed out. Nicely done by Centennial. Ava Martin getting shoved and pushed. Everybody staying aggressive. Now booted back toward the group of players is Towsey. That one knocked up in the air. Now pushed along the far line. I don't think Jags are going to have a number. But Olivia Kroska using her speed. Tries to get there. Can't quite get there in time. Got an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Jocelyn Long checks into the game for the Dragons. She'll come in for Cora Shaw. All substitutions here at the state tournament brought to you by our friends over at IMT Insurance. Jags trying to push. And boy, do they got a spot here with Kroska. Kroska got to get around one. She doesn't. Great defense by Towsey, who has been a menace here defensively on this back line. It is still Centennial ball. But Adeline Kroska had a really good lane there. So it should be a throw in here for the Jags. It's not a bad one. Johnston kicks it in the middle of their own sake. Now headed. Chance for the Jags. They get around one, but then two players collide. They try to center in the middle. Ava Martin kicks that one back the other way. Evie Boyle and her were really just kicking the ball back and forth. Johnston trying to clear out. They can't for the time being. Never mind, they can. Nicely done by Johnston. Trying to get this one away, at least for a moment. On a really good offensive set piece there by the Dragons, or excuse me, by the Jags. Now this one's knocked ahead. Once again, here's Kroska, waiting to get everybody onside. Adeline knocks this one high and up and long. It's not going to get there. And misses. Got a good look. If anyone's going to score tonight, man, I wouldn't look past Adeline Kroska. She has been in a good spot all night long. We got a goal kick upcoming here. I think for some reason Centennial might have thought that was going to be a corner kick. Not really sure. Here's a backline attack by Balashitis. Luo there in the middle. Haven't called her name a ton. Here's Kroska. Adeline trying to work her way on the far side, and there to kick it out for the time being is Towsey again. Nope, didn't go out. Now Kroski goes up, and it's caught by Ford. Good attempt. A couple more substitutions in and out for both teams, brought to you by IMT. Long-lived partner here with the Girls Union, IMT Insurance. I've been here with these guys since 2021. I don't think there's ever been a state tournament we have not said IMT Insurance. So very cool. And same thing for Channel Seats. Here at the state soccer tournament, all corner kicks brought to you by our friends over at Channel. We had a couple back and forth about 15 minutes ago, but other than that, everything has quieted down for the most part. Again, early going, it feels like Centennial has the advantage, but Johnston has had a couple good set pieces on offense that they'll try to build off of. Winner of this game plays the winner of Linn-Mar and Valley. That game will be on Thursday nights. Semifinals for this take place on Thursday in general. At noon is when the first couple games kick off, and then we'll wrap things up at night. Shorter day on Thursday, and then championships are on Saturday, I believe, on Iowa Public Television, right back here. Not on these fields, but on the official Iowa State soccer complex, turf field and all. Championships will take place on Saturday on Iowa PBS. And boy, that is a really tough hit. Somebody got clocked in the back of the head. I believe that's Alexia Leach again. And we'll have a free kick here for Johnston, who has had a couple really good spots here for free kicks all night long. Let's see what they can do here. Kick on the way, but it's to the right. Centennial's able to recover. Now kicked along this near line. Ava Martin trying to get there. Now Johnston got it right back. Luo with it here. First time she's got an opportunity down here. She tries to send her to a teammate. Nothing much there. Good recovery by Centennial. Now it's a low liner to the left. And, oh, man, Litchfield, I don't think thought it was going to have that much of a spin on it. And, boy, she had a chance. She'll just hand this one off. If you're catching a low rumble on the stream, it's not thunder. Luckily, we have not had any thunder or lightning today and all the rain that moved through. I think we got very lucky on that aspect. That could have really derailed the day. That's a train that's moving down here just south of us. That seems to be going pretty fast. They fly through here. Good defense there by Johnston. Now coming right toward us. Drills the water right behind us. I can't get that or else I'll pull my cord out, so I'm just going to let bygones be bygones. We've already had one of our tripods snap today with the camera. We're not looking for two. Also should be worth noting, our camera's down here underneath tents today. Luo trying to make her way through traffic. Centennial's able to jump in front of it. Our cameras will not be in this position on Thursday. Barring rain, and the weather thankfully looks a little bit better here on Thursday, our cameras will be higher up for our semifinal games. But because of the rain, we couldn't go up on scaffolding here today. Adeline Kroska crosses to the middle. But nobody's home for Centennial. That's going to roll a little long. It is picked up, though, by Josie Ellinger, the sophomore. And Josie's trying to go to work here on the far side. Johnston will clear and kick this thing out of bounds. Under 13 minutes to go here in the first half of action. Started this one at about 7:52 is about starting kickoff time. There's a low line drive picked up by Delaney Ford, who has been very solid here today. Johnston, 9 seniors on this team. 5 are headed off to play collegiate soccer. That goalkeeper, Delaney Ford, headed off to Minnesota Mankato. Shay Griffith, who we haven't called her name a lot today, to Grandview. Ava Walk going to Grambling State. Hallie Howe, Rockhurst, and Kaylee Islet of Mount Mercy. Centennial trying to get a run out here. Good clear out by Johnston, but that's going to be a corner kick. Johnston doesn't agree with it, but it's going to be a corner. A Channel Seeds corner kick on the way here for the Jags as time clicks down here in the first half. Let's see. I think it's going to be Olivia Kroska who's going to go over and take the corner. Big spot here in a game that really hasn't seen scoring at all. This is a big spot. The wind had a little bit to help him here for Kroska. Olivia sends it on the way, and it's long, not long enough, and it just misses to the left. And unfortunately, Johnston had two girls that absolutely collided there by the goal. Boy, the spot was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I think we had a flying Centennial Jaguar who came in and might have hit both of them. But they're both up and running. They should be okay. And we'll play on here after a goal kick. With 10:45 to go here in the first half. Kick to the back line here. We'll see if anybody can go get it. Ava Martin does, but it's going to roll out. It'll be a goal kick upcoming. You know, this game hopefully doesn't go too late because I look at the road back here. We got a lot of cones out for traffic or for construction. That would be really funny if construction just came out and started working at the end of this game. Construction's pretty loud, but it's a college town. What do you expect? Construction everywhere. Ooh. Johnston with a push in the back up against Maddie Postma. That was a little rough. Official says so, and we will have a goal kick. Or not a goal kick, we'll have a free kick upcoming here. Centennial hasn't gotten many here today. There's the boot. They get it centered. Ava Martin is there. Now they back up with Balashitis, and Delaney Ford hops on top of it. And again, Centennial just keeps knocking at the door. It just feels like they're getting close. Johnston just hasn't really had any shot on goal opportunities. They had a couple there in the first couple minutes, but other than that, it has been all Centennial, but still no score. Got to give credit to Delaney Ford and company. Boy, you really don't appreciate headers in soccer until you're standing right here and you hear that thud. As someone that when he played soccer in 3rd and 4th grade and even, 3rd and 4th grade, I didn't head the ball ever. I was too scared. These girls do it with ease. Litchfield almost fell on her back, but she's able to stay on top of it. Balashitis chasing it over to the corner.
Riley, roll the ball!
Centennial trying to get forward. Now back over to the far side, and now Johnston trying to put together a little possession here with under 8 minutes to go in the half. Up ahead to Ava Martin, and Martin's trying to take off. Now up ahead, Delaney Ford on it once again. Ford holds here, and we'll kick this one back the other way. Near side ball. Now the Jags going to try to push. Addison Fair centers, and the ball goes high. Ball just went a little high. That's just kind of how it's been, either high to the left, to the right. Just haven't been able to convert. A couple more IMT insurance substitutions checking in. As you can really tell here on our camera, starting to turn to the nighttime here as we're just about to pass the bottom of the hour. I do worry with the way the temperatures are. I don't think we will, but I was hoping maybe no fog. Chance at fog. There is still a haze, like I said. There's a little bit of a haze. It could just be humidity and steam. If it's humidity, I sure ain't feeling it, but it's been a weird weather day, no doubt about that. That one kicked right into the bench. And almost onto the other field. Fight for it on the far side there. Boy, both these teams would love, and I mean love, to get a point here before half and go into the locker room with at least a little bit momentum. Jags trying to move it on the far line. That's going to go out. Stays with Centennial. Under 5.5 to go here in the first half. Here's Ava Martin trying to work her way through traffic. She got through one, but now gets it knocked away. That was a big attempt coming in by Postma, I believe. Everybody hits the turf, and we got a foul on Centennial. I tell you one thing about Coach Chris Allen. These tents that they put in, they got concrete blocks. Chris has really not left his concrete block the whole night. He's a guy that just kind of sits and awaits, and if he's got to make an adjustment, he kind of stands up. Always reminds me of Coach Arsenault, the elder Coach Arsenault, up at Grinnell College when Grinnell College went on their crazy run of scoring. He was a coach that never stood up. He sat on the edge of the bench and just coached, and the players understood exactly what he needed. Dragons get to the corner. Is that a corner? Yes, it is. A Channel Seeds corner kick upcoming for the Dragons. Let's see. It is going to be number 15, Kaylee Elia, to take it. Elia on the way. It's really good. And it misses to the left. Whoa. And that would have been a crazy goal considering Johnston has not really done much offensively this whole half. And then all of a sudden, boom, goal. Really nice job by the Dragons, but an even better job by Centennial to get away with it. And now they will boot it out. Coach Allen making a good point, trying to tell his girls, just got to try to get out of here, get out of the half. And ball's up in the air, going to come back this way. I think for both these teams, it just kind of comes down to a point. You're just trying to survive the rest of the half. You'd hate to give up a goal this late and set yourself behind going into the locker room. I say locker room. There isn't a locker room, but going at least to the break. It's been a fun one so far. Following a same trend that we saw in our first game between Ankeny and Waukee. Ava Martin with it here. Now going to try to go up ahead. One bad move, and now an opportunity for Maddie Postma. Postma fires forward. What a save. Holy cow. Delaney watched it the whole way, knew exactly where it was going to go, and she drops on top of it. Take a look again. Maddie Postma, first of all, the speed to get ahead, and then just lined, maybe a little bit more to the left, but Delaney did not flinch, knew exactly where it was going to be, and we stay tied with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Holly Howe over there on the far side for Johnston. Couple hits. Now 1:40 to go in the half. I believe, yep, still 2-0. Linmar trying to pull the upset over number 2 Valley over there on the other field. They're in the second half of that one. Another chance. Ava Martin takes off. Kicks this one up ahead to Addison Fair. Now Fair over top to Postma, and Postma misses to the left. Two really good shot attempts there by Maddie. Just trying to get her footing. That might be advantageous here later in the ball game. We are under a minute left here in the first half. Here in Ames. Hit off a shoulder. They're going to say, I thought it was handball. Yeah, I was going to say we had a handball. Johnston fans quite happy about that handball. So the clock will stop with 31 seconds left. Jag's going to try to get a couple substitutions in at the next stoppage. See if we even get one. Kick on the way, headed out by Centennial on that back line. Ava Martin, another chance. She's got 13 seconds to try to make something happen. Now she goes up ahead. Delaney Ford comes up and gets it. And with 5 seconds left, that will do it for the end of the first half of play. No score. Ankeny, Centennial, and Johnston tied at 0. We'll have a 10-minute halftime break, and then we will be back for the second half of action. Ankeny, Centennial, and Johnston tied at 0. We'll be back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small. We host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairy Frank.
Your Fairway, your Fairway family.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament. Blake Walker along with you here. We are at halftime here at the Class 3A quarterfinal. Ankeny Centennial, the 3 seed, and Johnston, the 6 seed, tied at 0. We've been in a grudge match, tug of war, if you will. We've had a lot of polls to the left, a lot of polls to the right, but we haven't had a winner so far. It has been one of those days and one of those nights. We're just coming off a PK's final. Waukee defeated Ankeny in PK's 4-2. So we'll see what happens here the rest of the way. But overall, it's been a fun one so far. A lot of good goal attempts for Ankeny Centennial. Ava Martin, Maddie Postma, Addison Fair have really good attempts. But for Johnston, I think they're going to try to get their stars rolling just a little bit more. Lydia Luo has really not seen the ball a ton. Cora Shaw, same thing. So we'll just have to see how things shape out in the second half. I got to give a lot of credit to Delaney Ford. Delaney has been unbelievable in the goal tonight for the Johnston Dragons. She's going to have to keep it up. She hasn't really had much of a break, but she's going to have to keep rolling here as we continue to roll into the second half. A lot of collegiate players, soon-to-be collegiate players on this Ankeny Centennial team. Ava Martin is headed to the University of Denver. Or excuse me, Olivia Kroska is headed to the University of Denver. Ava Martin headed to Missouri Western State University. I believe that's for basketball. Madison Balashidis headed to Concordia University in St. Paul, and Maddie Stribe is headed to Iowa Central Community College. And we already talked about all of Johnston's players, so very cool to see a lot of future collegiate stars here on this field. And, you know, a lot of these girls could be their last game. They don't want it to be their last game, and they're going to have to see what they can do in the second half. 40 more minutes will be on the clock, and we'll see if that's enough to decide a winner. The winner of this game will take on most likely Linmar, who leads the way over Valley in what could be an upset over there. We got a special message from the Iowa Farm Bureau and the IGHSAU. Let's head to that right now, and we'll catch you back up for the second half of action.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Soccer Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament. Blake Walker along with you here for the second half of action between Ankeny Centennial and Johnston. Going to be a good one here the rest of the way, still tied at 0. Want to give you an update for all that's happened here today at the state tournament, give you every final score that we've seen. In Class 1A, Denver took down Underwood to start the day, a 5-3 victory. Hudson defeated Des Moines Christian 5-2. Bishop Helen defeated Center Point Urbana 3-0, and Assumption took down the defending state champion Nevada 5-1. In Class 2A, Waverly Shell Rock gave up just their second goal of the entire season, but it didn't matter. They pulled away 5-1 over Indianola. ADM with a slight upset over the 4-seed Independence 2-1. Xavier was the shocker of the day, a 10-0 win over Bondurant Farrar, and Dallas Center Grimes took care of Pella 5-0. And then over in Class 3A, what we've seen so far, Waukee Northwest started slow, but got things rolling by beating Bettendorf 3-0. And then in our final game, or our previous game here on this field, Waukee defeated Ankeny in PKs 4-2. So it has been a fun day. Not many upsets. Now I will say there is an upset brewing here on this other field between Linn-Mar and Valley. And Johnston trying to pull their own upset here tonight over the 3-seed Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Still a long ways to go. We'll put 40 minutes on the clock and get rolling for half number 2. Everybody switches sides. Let's see, what temperature are we down to? My legs say probably 30, but I know that's not right. We are looking at 58. We got a high of 74 today. I would have loved to see when that actually happened. And a low of 58. And the weather looks good for Thursday. It looks cloudy, but 75 is the high. Rain on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's not good for my weekend, but c'est la vie. So here we go in the second half. Ankeny Centennial in all black. Johnston in white with the purple shorts. One more half to go. We are off and running here in Ames for half number 2. Centennial very good in that first half offensively, but could never find the back of the net. Johnston had a really good look on a corner kick, and that's about it. But if you got to think anything, it's the Dragons' defense. Here comes Ava Martin on the near side. Ava will work her way to the far corner. She tries to center. Johnston's there to clear it back, and the Dragons come back the other way. Saw that a lot in the first half. Delaney Ford held her ground. Here comes a push-up over to the far line. That's Cora Shaw over there, trying to make something work on offense. Cora gets denied, now tries to backpedal. Now they try to go back and forth. Here's Shaw, can't get there. That one's knocked down and cleared out by Centennial for the time being. Short little dribbler now in the middle, now kicked up, hits the referee. That's going to be a drop ball. Who's the drop ball going to be for, though? It's a Johnston drop ball. Boot over to the far side. Got a couple players that collide. There's going to be a foul. Riley Litchfield hops on top of it. Just getting going here in the second half. Gonna have a throw-in, no, free kick here for Johnston. So farther out, that would be a corner kick. There's the boot. And it goes right past the reach of Riley Litchfield. Johnston's on the board. Oh, my goodness. I can't quite tell who it is. We're going to have to look hard on the replay. It's really hard to tell. Maybe Kate Strickler, I think, number 3. Take a look at the replay. Strickler fires, and it simply went over top of Litchfield's hands. The gloves just slipped right past out of her grip, and just like that, the Dragons are on the board 1-0 in a game where they just really haven't had a ton going offensively, but it's the defense that has helped them out here. My goodness, that was phenomenal. Now they'll try to add on to it. Lydia Luo right there. Now Litchfield will come out and kick this one out. Boy, momentum has shifted here. Johnston has it. Centennial wants it back after that lightning strike of a play. Throw in here for the Dragons. We'll wait on it here. There's the throw in. It's short. I think it slipped off a leg. It doesn't matter. It'll go right back and have another one. Boy, for Centennial, it's a deflating goal. I mean, this whole game they've pretty much controlled offensively, defensively. Obviously hasn't scored, but you just felt like one was going to come your way, and now Johnston knocks that one in from distance. And just like that, you're down 1-0. Another throw in. That one drops in the middle. Luo was right there, and now Centennial will come back the other way. Up the pitch it goes. Can Centennial get anyone there? No, they go back to Delaney Ford, and Ford will come up and boot this thing back the other way. Boy, you talk about the wet conditions. Oh my goodness, we had a big collision over there. You talk about the wet conditions. Riley Litchfield, she has been so good all season long, as we're going to get in offsides. That one just kind of out of control. It just simply slipped off the gloves. She was in perfect position. It was going to be a routine play. But the gloves did not hold. Jags with a free kick here. Good boot. It's going to go in the center of traffic here. Can somebody get a good bounce on it? Here's a shot and fire and good! Madison Balashaitis ties it. 35-15 to go in the second half. How about that response? Here come the points. You just knew if it was going to go in the middle of traffic. Take a look at the replay. I mean, there's so many bodies there. Balashaitis gets one open lane, and Delaney Ford can't recover in time. And just like that, we're back at 0, basically. Like nothing ever happened in the first 5 minutes here of the half. Now can the Jags continue with the momentum as they have taken it right back. The bench is definitely fired up. It will be a throw-in on the far line for Centennial. What a goal. What a goal by Madison Balashaitis, just her second goal on the season. Near side ball this time for Elia. Elia got it taken away. Here comes Centennial back on the push. McKenna Gray, haven't called her name a ton. Now here comes the run. Ava Martin trying to chase it down. Martin, a little bit of contact, cleared back out by the Dragons. Jags try to push. And offsides, just barely. Centennial wanted to argue for a quick second. And the official said, no, we're not doing this. Chris Allen said, I'm not yelling at you, I'm just yelling at myself. That's a veteran coach. It is Centennial ball here off a free kick. Evie Boyle. Evie sends it into a herd of defenders again. Johnston's able to clear out. All the way ahead. Is it going to be offsides? No, it's not. Addison Fair kind of dribbled it short. Delaney Ford able to pick it up. So 2 goals in the first 5 minutes here of the second half have us tied at 1 apiece. That one bounces out right in front of us. Be a throw in here for Centennial by Boyle. Just trying to dry off the ball at this point. We've seen a lot of that today. That thing will tightrope the line. Now Boyle goes right back after it. Luo was there in the second, or in the middle for a moment. Jags clear it back the other way. Centennial, though, to recover. Johnston doesn't have anyone back. Coach Allen telling Evie Boyle, staying more conservative here. Don't use up all the energy. Don't be too aggressive. Johnston ball off the throw in here. Knocked back upfield by Emery Becker. And again, like that first half, Johnston has only really had the ball over in Centennial territory for about a minute and a half, and they just so happen to score in that minute and a half. I think that's what the frustrating thing is if you're a Centennial fan. If you're a Johnston fan, they got to keep it up, and they got a good chance here with Cora Shaw on a run out here for Johnston. Cora will turn and try to center. Now with Bella Grummertz, but Centennial's there to clear for the time being. Now here comes a little bit of a boot shot, a header in the middle. Johnston will try again, but it's over to a Jag. There's the boot ahead. Ava Martin says, I can't go after that. It's going to be out of bounds, or excuse me, offsides. Delaney Ford will come up and make the kick. Great header in the middle. Now right back to Ava Martin. Offsides. I believe it is now 3-0 if I'm not. Nope, still 2-0 over there. Linmar leading over Valley. What an upset that would be. Free kick upcoming here for Johnston with under 30 minutes to go. Riley Litchfield will come up and hop on top of this one. Get ready to send it back the other way. Ooh, of course, Shaw. Shaw went leaping for it. It's going to be a foul on Centennial, actually. Cora kind of went up in the air and got caught and then dropped down to the grass. So a throw-in upcoming here. 29 minutes to go here in this one. We're knotted at 1. If you watched our Waukee-Ankeny game, you might be watching the same game for how identical these games have played out. Ball's going to come to this near side. Evie Boyle using all the speed in the tank here. Gets it over here. Or excuse me, that's Kroska. That one's knocked out. Should be Centennial ball, and it is. We haven't hauled Kroska's name a ton here in the second half. Oh. Johnston's coach tossed that one up and it accidentally landed on the top of the tent. Knocked out. Should be another throw in here for Centennial. Deep in Dragon territory. Lining up for a long throw in here is Kroska. Centered. Big shot by Postma. And just misses it to the north. Boy, Maddie has been so close tonight. That's her third really good shot that is just missed. And I think she knows it, coaching staff knows it. You just got to keep shooting. You're going to get one eventually. It's a final over on field number 1. Linmar upsets Valley. Big win for the Lions. And there will not be an all-CIML Final Four. Good for the Lions out of the Mississippi Valley Conference. Centennial on a run out here. They got around 1, and Ford hits the turf and is able to pick it up. Good effort there by Ava Martin. Delaney Ford will chuck this thing back the other way, try to get her offense up and rolling. Kicked out into the bleachers. Throw in here for Johnston. Riley Litchfield will take it here and kick this one back the other way as we have eclipsed full darkness here in Ames. It's definitely foggy. I mean, there's definitely either a haze still left over from wildfire smoke or foggy. I look off to the distance in the practice fields. It's definitely not a clear night by any means. I can tell you what, these field conditions ain't getting any better. There's Lydia Luo with it here, going to get around 1. Now centers. It's out of the back of the goal anyway, after that one went out of bounds. And it is out. So a goal kick here for Johnston, or excuse me, here for Centennial. Got a couple IMT Insurance substitutions checking in. Number 10, Jocelyn Long is into the match. Let's see, are we going to get one more here? Nope. Keep the other one on. Centennial with it here. Dangerous here in front of the goal. Now they go to the near side. Good passing here. Here's Martin. Martin up ahead to Kroska. Is it too far? No. Adeline Kroska's got it. Kroska tries to get around to 1. And did she keep it in? Yes, she did. And Delaney Ford is on it. So we are officially the last game going on here tonight. I don't know where we're at here. We're on our near side here. Centennial will throw in. Throw in on the far line. Let's see if they can keep it in. There's Ava over there. Is it a corner? I don't think so. Maybe. I can't see. I don't think it's a corner. But I think it is a corner. It's a Channel Suits corner kick. Outcoming for Ankeny Centennial. From our point of view, it's definitely hard to catch it. There it is. Didn't really get too far. Ava Martin kicks out, and it's still going to stay a corner. So maybe it wasn't a corner, maybe it was a throw-in. I'm not really sure. Either way, this is a corner upcoming. Kick on the way. Header, no. And it's another corner kick. Off a dragon. We'll try this again. And actually, I can see now, for a second, Evie Boyle is going to be the one to kick. They do have someone there close just in case. Try it again. On the way. Little long. Back line. No. Too high. Josie Ellinger almost had it. To no avail. Under 23 minutes to go here in the second half, tied at 1. Now Johnston on a little bit of an attack. It's been a while since they've been able to put a good offensive set piece together. As that one rolls out, they get to keep it in. Dragons look to push. Cora Shaw is over there. Both Dragons hit the floor, and we're going to have a goal kick anyway. Went a little long trying to keep it in play. And Litchfield will be the one to kick this one out. Riley, 27 saves on the season, just a sophomore for Centennial. She's tied the school record with shutouts in a single season with 11. She'll have to try to play for another one. Had a chance for another shutout opportunity. Offsides. It's always kind of an eerie feeling whenever a state tournament event like this happens and it's outdoors and it's softball or soccer, when you're at the final game of the day and everybody is just this. It's just one event. And everybody either goes home behind it or it's just these guys. That's kind of what we're seeing here. 3A has been very competitive. Obviously, we've had 2 shutouts, but then our first game went to PKs. This one obviously tied here with just over 20 to go. Here's another liner. Riley Litchfield jumps right on top of it, says, I'm going to go down. Not going to take a risk. This is a short kick this time for Centennial. Not going to try to go long with it. Up ahead, Ellinger. Josie Ellinger's got a race for it. Ellinger trying to get there. She hits the ground. No call. We play on. Everybody's falling over each other. We're still tripping. And now Johnston kicks it long. No call over there. It would have been a PK if it happened to be a foul, but it wasn't. And we play on. Tough call there. IMT insurance substitution checking in. Of course, Dar comes over behind me and is like, what are you doing? Why are we still got 20 minutes? I will not take Mr. Overtime. I refuse to take that nickname from Dar. But as Dar has gotten older, unfortunately, I have taken the brunt of overtimes, it feels like, the last couple seasons. Whoa, up ahead. Almost got it ahead to Anna Remmer. Couldn't quite get it there. Now Centennial with the throw in. Trying to move it back their way. On the broadcast, it looks like they're playing in front of nobody, but I can assure you there is a crowd back there. They just don't have lights on that side of the field. I will say, for just having 4 lights pretty much on this whole thing, here's a shot attempt. Delaney Ford catches it. For only having pretty much 4 lights around this whole thing, this field at least, the field is very well lit, all things considering. I guess kind of dark in the middle, but nothing worse than what you'd see at a 8-player 1A, 2A school, kind of like that. But the crowd is in the dark. So, yes, there is a crowd back there. And there is a road back there. Centennial sends that one the other way. Johnson kicks it out, but it's actually going to go back to the Dragons. 18:35 to go in this one. Johnston with the throw in here. Trying to recover. Now heading towards the goal. A little hard to see from my point of view. That one bounces off somebody. Now back over to the middle. A chance here for Howe. Howe can't get there. Now right back here in the middle with Anna Remmer. And it drops right into the lap of Mariah Wilcox. Jags really haven't gotten many runaways like they've had in that first half to really set themselves up. And again, we just had that scoring burst. 2 goals in the span of 5 minutes in the second half here. And we've gone right back to where we started in the first half. Centennial staying aggressive over on the far line. Weaving through traffic. Johnston clears. Now a long boot. Maddie Postma, the closest Centennial Jaguar in the vicinity, and she kicks that one out, and it will be a goal kick. You also hope we should be okay, but the lights are not on a timer. We've seen that before at some professional sporting events. I know it happened at the Unidome a couple years ago. 10 o'clock, lights go out. It would get quite dark. Ava Martin chasing after it. She's not giving up. Delaney Ford had to just barely clear it. Martin didn't care if she got hit or not. Good job by Johnston Centennial midfielders. Staying on top of things. 16-17 to go in the second half. Ford didn't pick it up that time. She just kicks it. Here come the Dragons. They got to run out. They got 3-on-2. Lydia Luo over to the far line, but it might have been too far, and it is. Luo had a perfect chance and just got it out a little too far out in front of Anna Remmer. And the freshman just couldn't quite get there, and it's a goal kick here for Centennial. As our wind that died down decided to come back, unfortunately, to freeze us one more time in the second half. Ava Martin up ahead. Will Ford get there first? She does. That one batted in the air. They'll battle for it. Luo. Can Luo get there? Yes, she does. Lydia Luo gets around one, fires and scores! Lydia Luo puts Johnston ahead. Phenomenal play by Johnston's leading scorer on the season, Lydia Luo, the junior. Puts the Dragons in front. Take a look at the replay. I didn't think she was going to shoot it. She gets around one, and then she gets around another. She said, I'm going to make this real easy, and just puts it right in. And with 15:05 to go in the match, the 6-seeded Dragons have the lead at 2-1. Boy, it felt like we hadn't called her name all night. And she comes in clutch. Now, the last time Johnston scored, Centennial answered right back. So that is worth noting. See if they can do it here. Clock is not running. Clock is still not running. Clock. We might need to get that figured out. We have it on our screen, but the clock is dead here on the field. Now it gets started. So we just lost, I guess, as if this day couldn't get any longer. We had a little bit of a malfunction there. Clock didn't run for about 20 seconds. Centennial has it here. They're going to have to get going here. They still have plenty of time, 15 minutes, but they're going to have to answer. The Dragons now trying to pick things up here offensively, going to this far corner. $14 to go. I believe it's a Channel Seeds corner kick upcoming here for the Centennial, or for the Dragons. Kick on the way. It's short. It's knocked up in the air, though. Can Johnston get it on the rebound? That one's blocked. They try again. That one high and just misses. Very close for the Dragons. Almost had it on the Channel Seeds corner kick. Boy, Johnston in the last 3 minutes have shot out of a cannon here offensively. Felt like maybe they've been saving. Now they go up ahead, and Kroska says, I can't go after that, so Delaney Ford will knock it deep and out of bounds. But Johnston knows better than anyone, especially how quick Centennial responded after that first goal. This thing is not over until the clock hits 0-0. Jags, Ava Martin trying to work through traffic. However, on the far line, knocked out. Centennial ball. Throw in. Now in the mid part of the field, knocked back. Balashitis is here on the back line to try to pick things up. Now they go to the near side with McKenna Gray. Gray fires a long shot into Delaney Ford. She might as well have called for a fair catch. Comes up and makes the play. 12 minutes to go. Coach Allen making adjustments here. Trying to change things up defensively while also trying to get his offense rolling. He knows he can't let up any more goals. Another goal would put this thing to bed. Lydia Luo, who has been the star here in the second half, almost getting there under pressure. Now here comes Postma. Postma up ahead. It might be too far, though. Ford is all the way out. She shanks it. It's going to go out, though. And it will be Centennial ball on a throw-in. Throw in for the Jags. Going to go over to the far line. They'd love a corner if they can get it. Centered. Two girls collide. No call. Here's a shot. Not going to go for Ford. The Centennial crowd wanted a foul and didn't get it. Thought there was contact in the box. But we play on here with under 11 to go. Lydia Luo, first one back for Johnston. Martin tries to slide one, got it kicked up ahead, and now a run out here for McKenna Gray. McKenna goes and gets it. Centers. No one's home. And a last-minute diving attempt is knocked out. It will be a corner kick. Here for Ankeny Centennial, a Channel Seeds corner kick once again, and I believe it'll be Adeline Kroska will be the one to kick this one out. So Kroska will come out and kick it here with under 10 minutes to go. It's a low liner and it drops out. It'll still stay with Centennial. Another Channel Seeds corner kick. On the way. This one's better. Long. And a goal kick. Johnston holds on defensively. IMT Insurance coming in. That's Howe. In for number 20, Alexia Leach, the freshman. This Johnston team, while having 9 seniors, they are still got a couple young, and I mean young ones in there. For a lot of freshmen on the team, a couple sophomores that are starters. worth of noting. McKenna Gray again with a chance here, trying to get around one. Nicely done by Johnston, though, to get in and clear for the time being. Now they try to center. Here's a shot that just misses to the right. Delaney Ford is fired up for good reason. What a save. Centennial says, we got to go quick. We're going to get to the corner with 8:30 to go and try to get a Channel Seats corner kick. Delaney Ford was letting them know. Here comes the corner. That one's low. It scores! Centennial ties it with 8:14 to go. I'll wait and get the number here when she comes back across. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think it was Kroska, Olivia Kroska, number 10. But, again, I'm not quite sure. I'll wait and see on the announcement here if they make an announcement. But it works. Off the corner. And we're tied back at 2. Again, tentatively, I'll think Olivia Kroska. Now Centennial trying to get another run out going. Ava Martin. Martin got past one. Ava looking ahead. Fits it over to Postma. They go down to the grass. Johnston will try to corral it here in the corner. That one rolls out. Will be Centennial ball. Throw in here for Evie Boyle. And traffic for both. No call. Stays on the ground. Here's Lydia Luo with it for a second for Johnston. Now Centennial's got it here at the midfield. Will recover. Here comes McKenna Gray with a shot to the middle. That's a great pass to Ava Martin. It isn't offsides. Johnston tries their own luck here. Luo will kick it this way, and it should roll. Nope, not going to roll out. Now Johnston back the other way. Cora Shaw in tow. Kenna Gray, good turn to Bolashitis. Now Madison goes to the near side here with Kroska. And it's out. The player said out. There's not really much of a line anymore, so might have saw the mud. IMT insurance substitution here for Johnston. 6:23 to go. Cora Shaw knocks this one long down the field. Is it going to tightrope? It does. Over to the corner. Johnston able to keep it in, and Centennial, nope, doesn't leave. Doesn't leave the line, so now they go back the other way. Ava Martin over to Postma. Now they got numbers. It's knocked right in the middle, and we got a handball. Handball in the middle. That's going to be on Kate Strickler. So here comes a free kick here for the Jags. 5:43 to go. Again, no more ties here in the postseason. You can go to overtime, 2 10-minute overtime periods, and then PKs. Evie Boyle, kick is on the way, a little to the right. Going to bounce out, and actually going to be offsides. I think. Yep, offsides. So, goal kick upcoming. Centennial thought for sure they had a corner cup coming. And Delaney Ford will kick this one out. This one popped up, could be dangerous. Ava Martin with it for a second. Ava hits the ground. Now Johnston trying to recover and get it cleared out. They do for a quick second. Pushed upfield, nicely done by Mariah Wilcox. Here comes Cora Shaw up against McKenna Gray. McKenna kicks it out. Johnston ball, though, with just over 4.5 to go. Good throw in. Lydia Lowe there in the middle. Now here's Wilcox. Shot on goal. Blocked by Riley Litchfield. Holy cow, what a play. She can get up. How about those hops? It is going to be a Channel Seats corner kick, but Riley Litchfield says no. Take a look at the replay. Pops up. Nicely done. Johnston, corner kick here. 4:04 to go. Gotta feel something could be for the win here. This is a low liner, though. Not enough. It will clear out for the time being. They got around one. Ava Martin. And I believe that's Kroska. Kroska trying to get away. Adeline up ahead. Ava Martin is offsides. Johnston was playing that very conservatively. They knew that if they could just kind of hold back, they might get lucky. Ford sends it back. Howe sends it up. And over to the other side. .307 to go. I love being close to the officials. It's awesome. Under 3 minutes to go. That one going to be a foul. Centennial ball. Two. Kick sent deep. Boyle trying to get there. A little bit of a collision. Here comes McKenna Gray using her speed. McKenna Gray got the corner. Gray turning, firing, middle. Can anyone get there? No, just missing to the left. It stays in, and no. Offsides. Oh, my goodness. It went in, but offsides is the call. Centennial thought they had the winning goal. And it had to have been barely offsides. Ava Martin is gassed. You can see that on our screen. Boot back. Over the head of Cora Shaw. This one's going to roll close to the marker. Backwards they go. 1:46 to go. This one going to go backwards for a second. Kroska sees a lane and boots it long. Centennial in chase. Delaney Ford comes up and just kicks this one out. But boy, Centennial's going to have a good throw in here with 1:20 left to play. Substitution, clock stops. They're going to put Addison Fair back into the match for Evie Boyle, or excuse me, Adeline Kroska. Here comes the throw-in with under a minute to go. Last chance here for the Jags, at least in regulation. Emily Conger with it here. That one's sent to the left. Ford is on it. She's telling everyone to go. She'll take her time here. Booted back into the center. Now goes back to Addison Fair and company. 28 seconds to go. That one a little long. Lowe was there. Balashitis now up ahead. Fair in the middle, 17 seconds. Centennial goes low here. Balashitis gets caught up. That one's going to be kicked out. And we're going to be going to overtime. 40 plus 40. 80 was not enough. We'll go 10 more. 2-2, Ankeny Centennial and Johnston. Wild game so far. We go to overtime. We'll be back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Here we go. Overtime number 1. Ankeny, Centennial, and Johnston, the 3-seeded Jaguars and the 6-seeded Dragons. Back-to-back games here on this field that we go to overtime. It's not my fault. As we get ready for a 10-minute period, and then we'll go to a second 10-minute period if we can't finish. And then after that, we go to PKs. But I was just saying, I just feel like these two teams don't want to go to PKs. I feel like it's just not in their favor that they would love to finish this here in OT and be done with it. We will switch sides in overtime, and we'll get set to go here for 10 more minutes. If we can't do it then, we go 10 more, and if we can't do it then, we go to PKs. Our first game tonight in this nightcap hour in 3A went to PKs. Waukee defeated Ankeny 4-2. Another Ankeny school trying not to have the same fate as their crosstown rival. So here we go. 2-2, sudden death. Next score wins between Ankeny Centennial and Johnston. The winner will face 7th-seeded Linmar, who upsets Valley. Centennial already on a run out. Cora Shaw says, I'm going to get this thing out of here, and we're going to reset. And I hate to say it for her, it's a corner kick, and that's where Centennial scored. So we're not even 30 seconds in. We got a chance to see this corner kick here. Nope, I lied. The official made the call of a corner kick, but it's actually going to be a throw-in here on the far line. Johnston trying to clear. Now back to the back line to Balashitis. And now over to Hadley Bergen, freshman. Johnston trying to get moving. Here comes a run. A lot of pushing and shoving. Foul on Johnston. They get a push on Kaylee Elia. Free kick upcoming here for Boyle. Long boot. Lydia Luo down there. Now Centennial gets right back. Can maybe hear it there on our mic. Coach Allen just telling his team, got to calm down. Play your game. You're fine. Don't need to overcomplicate things. They go right back to Delaney Ford. Ford will boot this one deep. That one over to no man's land. Kroska racing after it. Adelin's going to get there for the time being. Is it a corner? I'm going to wait and see here. I think it's going to be a throw-in. Yep. Throw-in from the far corner. Not quite a corner kick. I was going to say Centennial scored on a corner kick last time, so they would love one if they can get it. Gonna need a good one here. On the way, gonna jump into a pile of players. Actually bounces in favor of Johnston. That's a good kick, though. That's gonna miss to the left, and a goal kick upcoming for the Dragons. Well, it has been a day here at the Girls State Soccer Tournament, a memorable welcome to Ames kind of day for the girls union. Plenty of rain. It rained all day today. It finally cleared up about halfway through our 5 o'clock game. I'd say about 6 o'clock, 6:30 it moved out. Haven't had any more rain. It has been cool, though, abnormally cool for June. But definitely a memorable day one for girls soccer. A lot of rain. I'd be curious to see how much rain we got. It had to be more than maybe 2 inches, as at least for those, at least 1:30 to 4 o'clock time zone, it was downpouring for most of the afternoon. Here comes a chance here. Riley Litchfield jumps down on it. I thought for a second it was an own goal for a second. Johnston keeping the pressure up here. Now trying to get pushing here. Jags trying to clear up field. Postma. Down on the ground, no call. Near side ball now kicked up. Centennial trying to get a run out. Ava Martin, that one went behind her. Here comes a run up. Shaw fires high to the north. Couldn't get it to drop. Under 6 minutes to go in overtime number 1. Ooh, tough collision there. Centennial ball. High point out again. Give it to Centennial. Jags going to try to keep pushing here. As clock continues to wind down here on the first overtime. If we can't score here, we go to a second one of 10 minutes. And if it's just like that, we go to PKs. Johnston just kind of playing defense here. They give up another long one outside. Say, let's reset again. Here's the ball for a throw-in. It's not a bad one. Ava Martin and Kroska in there. Here's Martin. Trying to work her way around defenders. Johnson's got her trapped in the corner. And now the Dragons will clear this one back the other way. Lydia Luo also in there. Boyle slides in there on two knees. Johnston back going. Balashitis over there for Centennial, trying to clear it with just over 4 to go in first overtime. Martin really looking ahead. Now she tries to get this one forward. As that one drops in front of Ford. Almost catches her. Ford kind of sends it in the middle of no man's land. As Centennial tries to recover. Foul on Johnston. Emily Conger was the one who was on the receiving end of that. Free kick here for Centennial and Evie Boyle. Actually, is it going to be Boyle or is it going to be Kroska? It's going to be Boyle. 3:22 to go here in the first overtime. They're just going to go short and try to set this up from their own attack. Kroska lines to the middle. Johnson recovers really well. Everybody hitting the ground. No calls. Kicked ahead, and Centennial back line will go get it. Oh, my goodness. Cora Shaw. Big collision there. Foul is called. It's like a football game here in this overtime. Again, and the way they're playing, they're definitely not playing for PKs. It really felt like in that Waukee-Ankeny game, they were just playing to go to PKs. Feels like these guys are really just trying to set this thing up for not going to PKs. That one's going to dribble out of bounds and be a goal kick for Delaney Ford. IMT Insurance substitutions here. First ones of the match, or first ones for overtime. Ed Long will kick this one out on a short kick. In the middle, Conger. Well, she's got a lot of grass. Here comes one up from behind. Now they go ahead, and it's cleared out. Boy, Conger had a lot of green grass. She could have maybe shot if she wanted to. Now Johnson's just going to go short here with Howe. Cleared back the other way. This is going to drop in not a bad spot here for Addison Fair. Fair tries to get around one. Slips. Out. Corner. Maybe. We'll see. 1:26 to go. I think it is. It's going to be a corner kick. Maybe not. We'll see. I think it is. I lied. Free kick. Free kick, and not a really bad spot here for Adeline Kroska with a minute left. Most likely final chance here for the Jags in this overtime period. Kroska's boot. Header. Nothing. Who is it? Goal kick. .40 seconds to go. And overtime number one. Remember, these two tied 2-2 last time they met. It's just fitting. It's just fitting, that Ankeny game the same way. Here's Ava Martin trying to get there first. It's a corner. 16 seconds. They got to go real quick. 14 seconds. They got to go real quick. Evie Boyle is sprinting to the corner. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. She's really not going to have a lot of time. This one on the way, and it misses, just left behind the goal. And we take a breather. It's just like the first game, guys. It's just like the first game. They tied in the regular season. They can't tie here, so we're just going to keep playing. We'll go to overtime number 2 in just a moment. Ankeny, Centennial, and Johnston tied at 2.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
I hope you didn't go to bed yet, and if you did, I hope me talking wakes you up. We got another overtime on the books. 10 more minutes here. If we don't score this one, we're going to overtime. Number 3, which is PKs. Ankeny Centennial tied. Here comes Adeline Kroska. This is a really good shot. Kroska racing ahead. Will have a shot. Shot on goal. Misses to the right. Delaney Ford might have got a hand on it. No, she didn't. It is just going to be a simple goal kick. Really good chance. An opportunity for Adeline Kroska. And we play on. This game was 0-0 at the halftime break. Centennial scored, or excuse me, Johnston scored off a free kick that went through the hands of Riley Litchfield. Then Centennial scored to respond. Then Johnston scored with like 15 minutes left, and then Centennial scored with 8 minutes left. And now we're here. These two tied in the regular season 2-2. And they wanted to tie again. They really did, but you can't. Somebody's got to move on and play Linmar. And Centennial and Johnston are in overtime number 2, our second double overtime game at least on this field. We didn't have any coming into the day. And what has been a long day here at the state tournament, we started our first game of the day at 10 o'clock. We're only 13 minutes away from reaching 12 straight hours here at the state soccer tournament. Lydia Luo. Boy, you can really tell her speed when she's walking and running right here beside us. Centennial, though, gets it right back. And we're going to go past. Should be Johnston ball, and it is. Throw in here for Wilcox. Back along down the line. Ava Martin will chase after it. You got to think the legs are getting tired, especially for Ava Martin, who I don't think has checked out really any this game. Johnston ball here off the throw-in. Header stays in. Wilcox skies it. That one, Johnson on Johnston hit. Here's Postma. Postma hits the ground. Both players hit the ground. No call. They just kind of collided feet. Johnston trying to get pushing here. That one's off a Centennial Jaguar. Kaylee Elia trying to center. Balashitis sends it long. And down goes the Johnston player. Here comes Addison Fair. Addison Fair, around one, fires. It's deflected by Johnston. Nice job defensively. Delaney Ford didn't even have to do anything. Now the Dragons trying to respond. Near side ball here for Elia. Now over to Chloe Liang. Elia centers. Centennial's there. You can tell Centennial's getting tired. Two guys collide again. Shot on goal. Litchfield right in the lap. Especially after that first goal she gave up. Gonna hold on to that ball tight. .6:10 to go. Martin sends it ahead, but Addison Fair not going to have enough steam to get there. Dragons continuing to run with it here on the far line. Boot down to the middle. Kroska can't get to it. Now we're going to bounce long, and Centennial hops on top of it with Balashitis. Martin, nice spin. She does have Kroska upfield. Kroska, Adeline getting there. Down goes one Johnston player. She kicks it while she's on the ground. No foul. Johnston clears out of bounds. Throw in here for Centennial with 5 minutes left in overtime number 2. Low kick. Collision, foul, Johnston ball. Four and a half to go. There's a header. Picked up. Now Johnston with a little bit of pressure here. In and out. Nice moves here for Elia. Centennial able to get there in the middle. Here comes Ava Martin up to try to make a play. And now Conger over to Kroska. Kroska around the edge, knocked out. Should be Centennial ball here. 4 minutes left. Substitution checking in. Ellinger and Shaw in for both teams. They'll fight for it over by the touchline here. Three and a half to go.
Don't force it through the middle.
Centennial tries to push it in the middle, and we're going to get offsides. Josie Ellinger on it. I think I'm going to have to go out there and start running around. Try to keep going here. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't drink coffee to keep me going. 3 minutes to go in overtime number 2. Luo over here on the far side, or near side, I should say. Luo trying to get out of a jam. Her and Cora Shaw are both on the same side over here. A lot of contact, no call. This is going to somehow stay in bounds. Oh, was out. There's no line left. It's literally just a line of mud from today. Surprised we don't have a line of mud here standing where we've been all day. Ava Martin. 2:06 to go. Going to kick this one ahead. Forward's going to come up. Boot her right back the other way. Johnston, couple more chances here. Under 2 minutes to go, or else we're going to PKs. A lot of contact, no call. Out of bounds, going to be Centennial ball. Substitutions checking in. I don't think, yep, IMT substitutions. Clock kept running there through substitutions. I think that's maybe a thing here in overtime. Just keep the clock moving. Or that's just, let's keep the clock moving. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Back-to-back nights I've had games go to 10 o'clock at night. My luck. 1:12 to go. That one's going to go long, though, and will be a goal kick. With over a minute left, Centennial's really going to be the only one to have a shot here unless Johnston can get it downfield in a quick span. Here's the boot. Good coverage by the back line. Johnson's still there with 40 seconds. Now Maddie Postma's there. Postma goes backwards. Now they boot back the other way. Josie Ellinger can't get there, and Johnston goes right back to forward. $18 seconds left. And I do believe we will be having deja vu from our first match this evening, at least in the nightcap. That went to overtime. As Johnston will just dribble this one out. And just like that, you tie all season. You can't go to PKs all year. So when you get to the state tournament, let's go to PKs. We are off to overtime 3, and that means penalty kicks between Ankeny Centennial and Johnston. We'll be right back for PKs. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small. We host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Back here at the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament, the fans slowly but surely going to make their way over here to the south goalpost as we are going to PKs for the second straight game here on field number 2. Ankeny Centennial, the 3 seed, and Johnston, the 6 seed, could not decide it in 60 minutes. So we're going to PKs. It is best out of 5. I'll try to keep up the best of my abilities here. And worth noting, Emery Becker will come on and be the goalkeeper for Centennial. So they have made a change, and Emery Becker will go out. And I tell you right now, we literally just got it on our camera, but these two teams have fought tooth and nail the whole match. And what does Emery Becker do when she goes out with Delaney Fuller? They just hug each other when they go out on the field, and they just walk to the goalpost together. That tells you all you need to know about sportsmanship between those two and these two programs. And it's going to come down to the very end. Emery Becker this year She's played 80 minutes and has not given up a goal, but she also doesn't have a save. So they give it to the junior to try to finish it, and Riley Litchfield will now go to the bench. And a crazy thing about it is look who's kicking the first kick. It's Emery Becker. We do not see this very often. The goalie is going to be the first one to kick it. I don't know if I've ever seen that. So here we go. Becker's kick. Up and blocked. Delaney Ford went up and knocked it up with her paw. And now we switch. And I believe it's Lydia Luo to be the one to kick here. So here we go. Blocked. Right into Becker's hands. And blocked. So after 1, 0-0. I should probably keep track, you know. Chance here for Centennial. I believe this is Balashitis. Good. Back right corner. Centennial's got 1 in their second try. Kayla Elia now on. Let it be known coming into tonight, Centennial only made 1 penalty kick all year. They only attempted 1 all year. That one sent high by Elia. Johnston is now 0-2. So now Centennial really just has to get to 4 based off what we saw in the first match. I think. Correct. Piper Zeman now out to try. Up against Delaney Ford. This is like calling a golf shirt. Zeman. Good. Ankeny Centennial now has 2 out of their 3. And I'm pretty sure if Johnston misses this one, I think it's over. Because they haven't had one. Maybe. Tell you what about PKs. We'll just wait and see based on the celebration. Johnston will line this one up. Kick is good. Sneaks in on the left side. Kate Strickler. So Johnston has their first. They're now 1 of 3. Ankeny Centennial is 2 of 3. So that was Strickler. Now comes Madeline Stribe for Centennial. I don't think one here will end it. But Centennial would love to have it. It is as quiet as ever over here, at least. Stribe will line this one up. Got it. So there's another. So that's 3 of 4. If Johnston misses, it's either over or then Centennial has to make it. Who's kicking here? This is... Wait for her to stand up here. I can't quite tell. I got her hair over her number. It's good. Now, if it's anything based off the first game, this should be it, if they make it. And it's McKenna Gray. All things considering, I think this is it. If McKenna Gray hits it, this one's over. These two tied in the regular season, 2-2. You can't tie here. Jags trying to walk it off. Gray sailed it. Now we go to 6. So Centennial now 3 of 5. Johnston is now 2 of 4. Johnston can tie this back up if they get one here. I tell you what, the reflection is killing me for their numbers. I can't quite tell. I think this is Chloe Liang. Liang puts it in, and that technically ties things up. Johnston missed their first 2. Now they've hit 3 straight. And just like that, we send 5 more out. So a new group rolls out. I think I'm just going to play this by ear, you know? I think whenever we see a team celebrate fully, we'll know. Usually it's the coaches. Centennial's put 5 new ones out there. Now Johnston will go out and put 5 more. And for those keeping track at home, 12 hours ago, we kicked off the first ever girls state tournament here in Ames, held in Ames. So it's been 12 hours of rain and wind and mud. And, of course, the end of the night. And the last game is going to go to PKs, the longest PKs we've had. All right, Ava Martin. No, Maddie Postma will roll out. Maddie will line this one up and get ready. Postma. Off the top of the crossbar and in. Oh, and she hits the cartwheel. She's pumped. Don't celebrate too early. But she hits the cartwheel to get her rolling. Johnston's turn. This is Jocelyn Long, I believe. Or it might be Anna Remmer. I think it's Remmer. I should probably still keep track. That's a good idea. Again, at this point, we'll know when they celebrate what happens. Remmer. High. Is that it? Yes, it is. Ankeny Centennial is off to the Class 3A semifinals. A win for the Jags. In PKs, finishes it. What a day. What a night. What a game. What a group. And Ankeny Centennial hangs on in PKs. They're going to slide in the mud. And they slide to the second round where they will face 7-seeded Linmar in the second round. As we will await the trophy presentation here in just a moment. What a game. What an unbelievable game to end things off here today. Centennial will come over and shake hands before they get rolling here for their trophy presentation. Well, kind of. They're going to come over here and get a couple hugs in after a hard-fought battle. 9 Johnston seniors on this team. Hugs all around for both teams. Good sportsmanship shown throughout both halves, overtimes, PKs, all around. You hate to see one loser come out of tonight, and unfortunately for Johnston, the season will come to an end, and the Centennial Jaguars advance on to the next round. I tell you what, we'll let you enjoy the moment. I will step aside myself and let you enjoy the moment. For everyone on our production team, Justin Warbler, our producer, I'm Blake Walker. We'll let you enjoy our trophy presentation here. Ankeny Centennial defeats Johnston in PKs. We thank everyone for watching the Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
The IGHSAU is Executive Director Aaron Gruitt, along with Soccer Administrator Gary Ross. I want to say congratulations to head coach Eric Safer and the Johnston Dragons for an outstanding 2025 season. We want to direct your attention to the field as Olivia Kraska advances her team in the bracket to the Class 3A semifinals, where they'll face Linda on Thursday evening.